And action! 9.3 Swyk 2. Sorry, I just had to do something different. We're now taking this. Now, by the way, the shape that you've been drawing in quadrants 3, the 1 and 3 or the 2 and 4, those are actually called hyperbolas. I know. I forgot to actually say the name of it. We've got lines, we got parabolas. This one's called a hyperbola. Well, what happens when you start adding and subtracting to the x and adding and subtracting to the y? Sorry, put in some Tic Tacs. Try to help my breath so it didn't stink so bad in your face. Yes, I know you can't smell through the screen. Okay. When you change it in the denominator, remember how we talked about when you change the x, it looks backwards from your common sense? So, literally, x minus 2 is going to shift you to the, to the right, 2 units. I have to do it backwards for the camera just because, yeah, it doesn't look right to you. And the plus 1 on the outside, sending me up. Up 1. So, if you understand that, and you also understand that the positive 1 in the numerator, that positive 1 right there, is causing you to be in quadrants 1 and 3. Now, when you start sliding this thing around, right, to the right 2, up 1, you're actually not completely in the quadrants anymore, which makes a lot of sense because those previous questions in the last Swyk were all about, is it ever going to, what's the x-intercept and the y-intercept? And it was always, there is none. Well, we would have x and y intercepts now if you start moving these things around. We can also talk about the vertical asymptote and the horizontal asymptote. If you move to the right 2, then the vertical asymptote is asymptote. Oh man, what a bad joke. Let's go this way. No, this way. Going to the right. Going up. So we've got our 2 different values. You got to be careful and look at these things because they go by 2s. Each one of the blocks go by 2. I've gotten caught on that a few times in the last few Swyks, but we didn't let it stop us. So this does look like right 2 and up 1. The asymptotes are those things given. And if they ask me about domain and range, I know what I'm putting. X cannot equal 2. Y cannot equal 1. See what they ask me. Oh, they do ask me about the domain and range. Awesome. All the real numbers. Now, please pay attention. Don't just look at the number. Okay? I can see somebody looking at the number and going, oh, that's it, letter A. Guess what? You lose. Why? Because it says Y, and domain is X. Gotta watch that. They like to be tricky. First time in a long time that they actually try to get tricky on you. And the range, that's the Y. So make sure you choose that one, not this one. What? The meeting in. Try to take me out of my own video. Ha! Okay, so just keep that in mind. Make sure X goes with domain, Y goes with range, and you don't fall for those bad choices. Next one. Once again, got a positive 7, so we know that we're talking quadrant 1 and 3. And I guess I didn't talk about that enough on the last one. Maybe it would be enough to talk about it on this one. On the last one, when we talked about quadrants 1 and 3, notice that I basically made up my own quadrants based on the new asymptotes because we've shifted around. So that's a little bit of what I'm doing there. Same thing's happening down here, but we moved left 3 and down 3. So left 3 and down 3. So if we come here, we see on answer choice C, we went left 3 and down 3. And it is quadrants 1 and 3. Based on the new asymptotes, you know what I mean. And then what's the domain? Anything except -3, right? Because that's the vertical asymptote. Horizontal asymptote, or a range, I should say. Range is everything except y equals -3, because we dropped that thing down 3. Question 7. We moved left 7 and down 5. And because this is a negative number, that's going to switch us to quadrants 2 and 4. So left 7, down 5, switch us to quadrants 2 and 4. So everything except -7 is going to work for the domain. Everything about y is going to work except for -5 because of the horizontal asymptote thing. On question 21, we start getting into, they give me a formula, an equation, and they ask me, okay, graph it. Well, it's not in the form that I recognize it, so change it by solving for y. When you do that, you get 21, right? All you're doing is dividing by, excuse me, sorry, didn't mean to burp. Divide by 21 over x. We do have a positive number on the top, which creates quadrants 1 and 3, which is letter choice C. Question 9. Same thing, but this time I have to add 12 first. Then I divide by x. That's a negative number, so that's going to change me to 2 and 4, which is letter B. What happens, like on question 10, when you go left 5 and up 8? Left 5 and up 8. All I'm asking you to do is write a new equation. Here is the starting equation. This is the one that you're beginning with. Now I need you to translate that 5 units left, because you could see the vertical asymptote move to the left 5 units. The horizontal asymptote moved up 8 units. So you need to make your equation say that. You need to be able to say, oh, well, we moved left 5. We moved up 8. So the third one down there is the correct answer. All you're doing is trying to find an equation that fits the information they gave you. Those vertical asymptotes show you where it moved. And I think that's it. Hey, you have a wonderful Swyk. I'm sorry, what am I talking about? Of course this was a wonderful Swyk. Okay, have a wonderful day. Get those assignments done. Take the test. Use the retake option if you need it. And don't forget to get things done. I haven't had any emails from people, so things must be going okay. But you need to get in touch with me if you need help. I'll be online after school on Thursdays if you have any questions. Talk to you later. Bye.